Hey guys, welcome to the Stuck to Buck 7-Day Challenge, day 5. Today we're going to be, now that you've crafted your sales page, we're going to be launching it somewhere. Some of you might already have done this before. If you have, just bear with me. I'm just going to be sharing some information on getting this out there, and then we're going to talk about your sales plan for getting your product or service out there, okay? So you've crafted your sales page. You want to take some last few reads through it, possibly get somebody else to look at it, an editor or not, or just somebody that's close to you that can just give it a read and give you some input, make your final tweaks. And now it's time to launch. So, back in the day, it was kind of harder to get a page out there. Now there's so many great services, and a lot of them are free, or you can get a trial with them. And some of you might be familiar with these, but I just wanted to go over these. There's Squarespace.com. I believe they have a free and a paid version. There's ClickFunnels.com. I believe they've got a 14-day trial, and then it's so much a month depending on your budget. That is a really good service. I have tried it out. I've also tried out leadpages.net, very similar, same thing. I think a little bit more expensive per month, or I think to try it out, it might be, I can't remember what it was, but they're both similar in the fact that they have integration in with your mail. You know, if you've got an email service, whatever, there's a lot of good integrations with both of them. So you can check those out. Wix.com, I believe they have a free and a paid version. You could also do it completely free by going to, if you've got a Gmail address, and if you don't have a Gmail address, email address, you can set one up pretty quickly and simply and easily. And if you go to sites.google.com, you can set up your free website. You can basically like take what you've got, paste it in there, and roll. It's it's out there, and those actually rank pretty quickly and pretty well if you've got keywords correctly. So this is a little bit of, I'm not going to talk about keywords so much as even though you can put those in there for the Google about what you're offering. Just get clear. You've seen what people are talking about. You see what's trending. We've looked at that, different things on Facebook. You can pull some of those words and kind of associate with that site. And those usually, those Google sites rank pretty quickly. If you need any assistance with that, just reach out and I can answer any questions. Fiverr, you can hire a freelancer to set up your page. Just make sure that they've got a really good reputation. I think it's stars on there, 5-star or whatever, or they're highly recommended. If they've got a lot of people giving recommendations for them, make sure you choose those folks. Sometimes, you know, in the past, I've gotten a person that has been newer and not so great, but if they're highly rated, go with those people, and you can get that done anywhere from $5 on up, depending on what your budget is and what you're requiring. Okay. And then, or you can contact us. My team can get the page up pretty quickly, and we can also kind of proofread it and give you the input on it. So just reach out, Carol at hotbiscuitmarketing.com. You can also reach me at carol@carolreinley.com, and then my team or I will get back with you, and we can get your page up pretty quickly at a discounted price. So you also want to get some outside input, and even though we're going to have to tweak once we launch, that's okay. It's not hard to do those tweaks, whether you've got a web developer or doing it yourself. You want to get some outside input, and it's easier to do it when it's launched. And that's one thing you've checked off your list. So that's the mental thing about that one. You've checked it out, it's out there, you're just getting input basically. And then tweak anything that's required with that. Once you get that input, then you kind of look at it again, put it out there, just kind of do a little test run with it and see what you got. Then, now that it's launched, let's talk about getting clear on your sales strategy. So depending on where you are, you might want to do paid or unpaid. Just getting the information out there. You could do Facebook ads, you could do LinkedIn ads, you could do LinkedIn post, you could do Facebook post, you could do Instagram visuals, you could do wherever your market is hanging out, you could put drip stuff out there. And it's just a matter of, you know, Facebook, the easiest thing is like to boost a post to kind of test your market and maybe do $5. you do a post on what you're talking about, and then just boost it and see what kind of reaction you get. And based on that, you could either put more money into that or change it up a little bit, do a little bit of a test. But are you willing to just put $5 out there to see what can, what, and basically it's a test. You're just looking to see who would raise their hand. Is it getting attention? What would you need to tweak? And then, you know, for the $5 for a few days, you can see that. Social media channels, depending on your market, you know, you've kind of gotten information from where you hang out. Most of the information that I get is in Facebook. That's where people are talking the most. LinkedIn, it's more targeted. People are sharing helpful information. They're not necessarily talking about their pain points as much, but you're going to get people sharing a lot in Facebook. So just go with that. And then you're going to want to put together a drip campaign that's going to be pretty much daily leading up to the launch of whatever you're doing, whether it's product or service. Okay. Normally this is like, some people do, see, I average about 7 days, 7 to 8 days leading up to it. You might talk about it about 2 weeks beforehand, kind of leading up to the drip campaign. So you're going to want to put together about 7 to 8 days or more, depending on what you're comfortable with, up to 2 weeks of a drip campaign of just daily kind of getting out there and talking about it. Okay. Leading up to the launch. You wouldn't do this normally. And this will kind of, you may see people unsubscribe if you have a list. That's okay. That just means that they're not your market. That's quite fine. It's not a bad thing. You're going to get the people who are actually more serious about what your product or service is, and those people will start raising their hands just through you sharing information. Your drip campaign needs to be helpful information. Slowly leading up to, like, you're going to share all the pain points that they have and give them general information to help them, leading them to your product or service as being the ultimate thing that can solve all that, right? So you're going to just share those things leading up to that. And then you're going to show up in groups, being helpful, making connections, eventually sharing your page there. Not blatantly. A lot of times it's just through doing just a sentence of, hey, I got 5 clients in 5 days. Would you like more information? That kind of thing. It's just a simple sentence that you're pulling people in, and then say, hey, DM me, direct mail, message me if you want more information. Okay. So that's what you're going to do generally. So the plan, be consistent. You want to craft your sales plan to include daily interaction with your potential market on social media as well as email. Okay. You're going to want to try to get people onto your email list. That's the, hey, I got 5 clients in 5 days. Would you like more? If you want the information on how I did this, send it here. And it could be that you're just doing, a lot of times, what's kind of surprising is a 1-page PDF, and you could do that in Word, basically, where you're sharing like 5 steps to get 5 clients in 5 days or something like that, or whatever your experience has been. Something really simple like that has a greater opt-in rate than, hey, I'm going to give you this 5 video series, or because people just don't have time. They want the quick information. If you can grab them quickly, you want to get their attention in about 2 to 3 seconds. And in order to do that, show up differently. Look at what others are doing. I kind of look at this all the time, and then I go, well, how am I different? I have this kind of personality, and I kind of say it this way. And just like if you're on TikTok already, and if you're not on TikTok, you might want to check that out, because you got the most outrageous people getting the most attention, and they're making lots of money on there just by these stupid little, what seem to be stupid little videos, because they're very different. So whether we've kind of been conditioned to be like everybody else, but to stand out right now is great. And how are you different? And what is your story? And get people to really connect with you on your story. of where you are and why you're doing what you're doing and what your experiences are, kind of like what we talked about earlier. Come back to that story of, it might be that you lost it all and now you've rebuilt it because you had this epiphany about this. Might be you've coached somebody who came across, went through adversity and now is on the other side of that. The unsung hero is a really cool way to kind of do that, because everybody that I know has walked through something that they never ever expected. And so you've got these people that have to have strength to walk through, and people love those kind of stories because they might be struggling with a similar thing, or they might just be struggling, and you never know who you're going to affect out there with your words. So share your story in this. And what free information can you share to get people on your list, whether it's a video, free report, or other information? Again, the one pager shocked me marketing wise, but that's like the simplest of things can get the most attention. So it doesn't have to be difficult. Just in my eyes, like, I'm a simplicity girl, simplify it. If there's any way you can simplify it and can get people's attention quickly, and then kind of get them in front of, now they're in front of you and you can start sharing your information. And then you want to connect with at least 2 to 4. You might not want to go over that because Facebook kind of monitors that on Facebook. Groups on Facebook of where your people are hanging out, share helpful information, introduce yourself, hey, it's great to be here. Great to make these connections. This is what I'm trying to do, and I know I can do it here, type of thing. You could start your own group, but I don't always recommend that because you're taking on a lot going into this launch of your product or service. So if you've got help, you can start a group and start doing your stuff in there. But right now, just to keep it simple, you might want to just connect with others in other groups. It's not that you're going in there to poach. It's just that you're sharing information and being helpful. Okay. And then eventually you could share that you're going to be launching a program, but it could be simple like, hey, I'm going to share the 5 days to get 5 clients, or whatever your product or service is. If you want more information, let me know, and share that you could share that on your personal page. If you've got a company page or whatever, share it on there. Would do it in the way of the one sentence. If you're in a group where your market is hanging out, don't blatantly go on there and sell that you're having a launch, but you could, make it playful, make it sexy, so that people are direct messaging you and you're able to get them on your list, whether it's you're sharing a one pager about 5 people in 5 days, or however you want to do that. You'll know for you. And then normally about a week or 2 will lead into the launch of whatever you're going to be launching, your coaching program, your product, whatever that is, and then start to inform your current list. And then you could either add on or just, you could add on to your current list if they've raised their hand for the type of thing that you want. But you basically, on your email, most of the email things, you could share it with everybody. So that's it for today. I know I'm sharing a lot of information. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out, Carol@hotbiscuitmarketing.com or Carol@carolreinley.com, and we'll get back with you. And if you needed any assistance at all, but keep moving forward. So you're going to be launching your page and getting clear on your sales plan for today. And we'll reach back out to you tomorrow with the next short step. Okay. Thanks so much. Enjoy, and see you tomorrow.